If you can plug in a router but freeze at acronyms like DHCP and DNS, this is your 3-minute crash course on implementing network services. By the end, you'll go from what even is a scope to a clean, secure, monitored network that just works. Let's build it step by step. Step 0. Map the goal, Internet. Edge router and firewall, core switch, access switches, Wi-Fi, servers, clients. I list user groups and apps plus what must talk to what. This becomes my policy. Step 1. IP plan. I pick a private CIDR block like 10.0.1, 16, 10.0, 10.024 for users, 10.0, 20.024 for servers, 10.0, 30.024 for voice, 10.0, 40.024 for guests. I mirror them as VLANs with clear names. Simplicity wins. Step 2. Core services, DHCP. On a server or the router, I create scopes per VLAN. I set gateway, option 3. I set DNS, option 6. I set lease time, reservations for printers and APs. I add DHCP relay on L3 interfaces so clients in each VLAN can reach DHCP. DNS, I spin up a local resolver or forwarder. I add A and C name records for internal services, PTR for reverse lookups, use split horizon if I host services internally and externally. NTP, everything points to the same time source so logs line up. Directory and auth, AD or LDAP for identities, radius for 802 style. X on switches and Wi-Fi. Step 3. Routing and NAT. On the core or firewall, I set the default route to the ISP. If there are multiple sites, I add static routes or a dynamic protocol like OSPF. Internet access uses NAT or PAT on the edge. Step 4. Switching and Wi-Fi. I tag VLANs on trunk links, assign access ports by role. On Wi-Fi, each SSID maps to a VLAN. I use WPA2 or WPA3 Enterprise for staff, a captive portal for guests, or PSK for guests isolated to the guest VLAN. Step 5. Security. I follow least privilege, block inbound by default, allow outbound DNS, allow outbound NTP, allow outbound web. Between VLANs I create ACLs so users can hit servers on specific ports. Guests can only reach the internet, only port forward what's essential, and lock it to source IPs if possible. Step 6. Monitoring and logs. I enable syslog on network gear, point it to a collector or SIEM, and turn on SNMP for metrics. I set health checks for DNS, health checks for DHCP, and gateway pings. I back up configs automatically after changes. Step 7. Test and document. I verify with ping, traceroute, ipconfig or ifconfig, enslookup or dig. I test from each VLAN and SSID. I write a one-pager with IP plan, passwords in a vault, and the changelog. Summary. Plan the topology. Subnet and VLAN cleanly. Deploy DHCP. Deploy DNS. Deploy NTP. Route and NAT at the edge, secure with least privilege, monitor and back up, then test and document. Do this, and your network stops being a mystery and starts being reliable. That's network services in 3 minutes. Save this.